Master Oogway has been bothering me for some time to talk to you about credit cards, so I thought we'd get into that today.
A world where grown-up girls got what they wanted. They were beautiful, like fairies or princesses. They didn't even need any money. They had magic cards. I wanted one. Little did I know, I would end up with 12.
These credit card commercials try and give you the idea that with their magic cards, you can have the freedom to do whatever you want. That you can go wherever you want, you can do whatever you want. You're having a bad day, flash your magic card, and you can do whatever you want.
A chance to go in a whole new direction. More people go with Visa.
I want to point out something important, and it's right here.
It's a trap!
Thanks, Admiral Ackbar. Now, we've been conditioned to think that credit cards equal freedom, so I'm going to be flashing Admiral Ackbar from time to time so that we can recondition you to see it as this.
It's a trap!
The people that I know that are heavy in debt feel more like this.
I'm Stanley Johnson. I've got a great family. I've got a 4-bedroom house and a great community. Like my car? It's new. I even belong to the local golf club. How do I do it? I'm in debt up to my eyeballs.
I've done some volunteer work working with people who couldn't pay their bills, and let me tell you, those who are heavy in credit card debt feel anything but free. They feel more like this.
I declare bankruptcy!
In one of my previous videos, we talked about how money equals time. The important thing to remember is if we're getting into debt is that we're actually spending money that we have not yet made. So every time we are getting into debt, every dollar that we spend in debt, we are actually spending part of our future. Because every dollar we get into debt means that's more time we have to work in the future.
I'm sucking life. I've just sucked 1 year of your life away.
It's a trap!
Thank you again, Admiral Ackbar.
I can barely pay my finance charges. Somebody help me.
I'm going to give you the secret to staying out of credit card debt, and that is right here.
That's why I developed this unique new program for managing your debt. It's called Don't Buy Stuff You Cannot Afford.
Oh, let me see that. If you don't have any money, you should not buy anything. Sounds interesting.
Sounds confusing.
I don't know, honey. This makes a lot of sense. There's a whole section here on how to buy expensive things using money you save.
Give me that. And where would you get this saved money?
Now, Master Oogway asks, why is that so hard? Well, it has to do a little bit with human psychology. Now, humans have something called present moment bias, which is that we favor stuff now over worrying about what's going to happen with consequences later.
I'll never forget the moment we found out.
Our little baby, she'd been using...
She's been using credit cards.
The hard stuff. 22, 24% interest.
Someone at her college offered it to her, said the first year was free.
That's what they always say. They say it's free. $17,324 later.
She's now 22 years old, so what can we do?
You don't have to talk to your kids about credit cards, but if you don't, it could cost you.
It could cost you $17,324 is what it could cost you.
It's really about learning self-control. Now, years ago, scientists used a marshmallow to be able to test the effects of self-control and its effects on people's lives. The marshmallow test, what they did is they gave a 3-year-old a marshmallow. Then they said if you could wait a few minutes, then you can have a second marshmallow. They found that 1/3 of kids could wait for the second marshmallow. 1/3 of kids would actually grab for that marshmallow, and the other third would wait for a while. Now, a lot of us just have a hard time waiting till we actually have the money to be able to buy something.
She still won't give you two because you ate it. Some of it. And I didn't eat a single bite of it. So don't show her, okay?
Now, that wasn't the original study, but in the original study, what they found is that kids years later who could wait for the second marshmallow were actually much better at handling stress, much better in relationships, much better in a lot of different ways. So learning how to wait for the second marshmallow is an important skill to learn. Now, if you learn that skill of waiting for the second marshmallow, you can actually use credit cards without getting into debt. It's called becoming a transactor. A transactor is somebody who pays off their debt in full every month. So you have to be careful that you don't spend more money than you have. You just use it for transactions, then you pay it off, then you're not actually paying any interest because there's a 30-day grace period. If you're not a transactor, then you're a revolver, which means you keep a revolving debt, and that can cost you quite a bit. With the average debt of $7,279 in the United States, at the minimum payment of 4%, it will take you 12 years and 8 months to pay it off and cost you an extra $4,500 in interest.
The credit card people didn't put you in debt, but they're happy you're there.
Just a reminder from Master Oogway and I to subscribe and like, and beware of credit cards. Don't forget this.
It's a trap!
Master Oogway, he likes marshmallows. I mean, I think so. I don't know. Maybe, do you like marshmallows, Master Oogway? He's trying to make friends with my mouse over here.